this video lecture, we will discuss one non-linear application of the operational amplifier, and that is a op-amp as a comparator. These comparator circuits are widely used for the automation. Suppose we have a air-conditioned machine at our home and we set the temperature of 25 degree. Means whenever the room temperature will reach to the 25 degree, the temperature of the AC has to be up. And for the sensing of the temperature, we have a temperature sensor. So the temperature sensor output is proportional to the temperature. Whenever the temperature reaching to a 25 degree, then it will produce certain voltage. Now this voltage is going to be compared with the voltage which we have set for the 25 degree in the air conditioned machine. When both the voltage will be same, then automatically your compressor is going to be up. Same way, if we take an example of a home automation, that suppose we have a kind of a circuit or a kind of a gadget where the bulb of the room is going to be on and off as the sunlight is going to change. So, whenever there will be a sunlight, then the bulb should be off, and whenever there will be a sunset, means the light is not there or the intensity of the light is less, then the bulb automatically has to be on. So here, for the sensing of the intensity of the light, we can use a photodiode, phototransistor, or a LDR. And the output of this LDR or the photodiode is going to be compared with some voltage. And accordingly, the bulb of the room is going to be on and off. So, for the comparing of these two kinds of the voltage, we require a circuit which is known as a comparator. This comparator circuit, we can make it with the help of the operational amplifier. Now let us see what is the basic comparator circuit. So here in the operational amplifier, we know that it has a two input. One is known as a inverting input and another is known as a non-inverting input, and third one is what? Output voltage of the operational amplifier. Here the operational amplifier is used in an open loop. Means we are not providing any kind of a feedback from output to the input. The feedback resistance is not there, so it is called a open loop. We know that whatever the voltage we apply on a non-inverting terminal, that voltage is we called a V positive, and the voltage we apply on an inverting terminal is called a V negative. Now this output voltage here, this output voltage is amplifying, is proportional to the difference of these two voltage. Remember, basically the operational amplifier is a differential amplifier. It is amplifying the difference between these two voltage. So here, this output voltage is proportional to a difference of these two voltage, V plus and V minus. Correct? And here if you write, then this output voltage can be written as AOL into a V plus minus V minus. What is AOL? It is known as a open loop gain of the operational amplifier. Normally, if we have an ideal operational amplifier, then the open loop gain is going to be infinite. But the practical operational amplifier, if we take an example of a 741, then this AOL is open loop gain is a roundabout a 10⁵. So it is very, very large. Here if I will calculate this output voltage, then this output voltage is 10⁵ into. Now what is the voltage we applied on the inverting and non-inverting terminal? So let us say At the inverting terminal, we apply a voltage of a 5 volt, and at non-inverting terminal, this voltage is 0.001 volt. So the difference is very small. Remember. So if I will calculate what is the output voltage, it is a 5.001 minus 5. So here this voltage is 10 raised to 5 into, you can say the difference is 0.001, means it is a 1 millivolt, and 10 raised to minus 3 is there. Correct? Now here 10 raised to 5, 10 raised to minus 3, so this voltage is around about 100 volt. But we know that the applied voltage here, whatever the supply voltage we apply to the operational amplifier is not very high. This applied voltage is a plus 15 volt, and here we have a minus 15 volt. Correct? So the output of the operational amplifier will not be a 100 volt, but it will be, op-amp is going to be in the saturation. So here this output voltage, instead of a 100 volt, this output voltage will go to the saturation voltage. And what is the saturation voltage? The saturation voltage is approximately, you can calculate as a 90% of your supply voltage. Remember, it is a round about a 90% of your VCC. So here if you calculate this output voltage, then here the VCC is by 15 volt, 19% of this is going to be a plus 13.5 volt. This is known as a plus V saturation. So here you can see in this example, the difference between these two voltage is very small. Hardly this difference is of a 1 millivolt. Then the output voltage is going to be a very large. Op-amp will be in the saturation, and it will give you the output voltage round about a 13.5 volt. Here in this case, we have considered that the V plus is greater than the V minus, and that's why the voltage is positive. Now, if my V plus voltage is, let us say, a 4.990 volt, and the V minus voltage is a 5 volt. Means the V plus is less than, or you can say the non-inverting input voltage is less than the inverting input voltage. So here if you calculate, this output voltage will be equal to 10 raised to 5 into a 4.990 minus 5, then approximately this will be a 100 volt. But I already mentioned that supply voltage is 15 volt, so output voltage of the op-amp will not be 100. Op-amp will be in saturation, and this will be, here this voltage is negative, so this will be in a minus saturation, or you can say it is a minus 13.5 volt. So in this way, here the op-amp has a 2 output voltage. This comparator has 2 output voltage. Either it will be in a plus saturation, or it will be in a minus saturation. Naturally, when the V plus and the V minus, means the inverting input voltage and the non-inverting input voltage will be same. In that case, the output voltage will be a 0. So here, in short, means if you want to remember this thing, then you can remember in this way that if non-inverting input voltage is greater than the inverting input voltage, then the output voltage will be a plus V saturation. That is a round about 13.5 volt. If this non-inverting input voltage is greater than non-inverting input voltage, then in that case the output voltage will be in a minus V saturation. And when this inverting input and the non-inverting input voltage both will be same, then the output voltage will be a 0. So this is the basic function of the comparator. So here you can remember this, and accordingly you can determine what will be the output of the comparator. It is a positive voltage or a negative voltage. Correct? We have basically two types of the comparator. One is known as a non-inverting comparator and another is known as a inverting comparator. So let us see what is the, in a non-inverting comparator, we apply our voltage to a non-inverting terminal, means here my input voltage will be there. And whatever the non-inverting terminal is there, this inverting terminal is connected to the ground. This is a basic comparator, remember. So when this connected to the ground, we can say my reference voltage is 0. Here, the voltage which is applied on an inverting terminal is known as a reference voltage. And whatever the voltage you want to compare, that voltage is applied to a non-inverting terminal, and here we have this output voltage. Correct? So here we apply the same logic. So whenever my input voltage is greater than the reference voltage, what is the reference voltage? It is 0. Whenever my input voltage is greater than reference voltage, or you can say the input voltage is greater than 0, means my input voltage is positive. In that case, the output of the comparator will be in a plus V saturation, means it will be a round about a plus 13.5 volt. When this input voltage is less than the reference voltage, means the input voltage is negative. You can say input voltage is negative, then in that case the output will be also a negative. It will be in a minus V saturation. So here if we draw a graph between the input and output, that is known as a transfer characteristics of the comparator. Remember. Transfer characteristics of the comparator. So here if I will plot, this is on a x-axis the input voltage is there, on a y-axis the output voltage is there. So remember, whenever my input voltage is less than 0, here less than 0, output is minus saturation. Correct? So for all this value of the voltage, Here if I have a minus 1 volt or minus 2 volt, minus 5 volt, then the output of the comparator will be a minus V saturation. Oh. Minus V saturation. Now, when this input voltage will be equal to a zero, in that case, the output will be also a 0. And whenever the voltage will be greater than the reference voltage, means my input voltage is going to be a positive, that is a plus 1 volt, plus 2 volt, plus 5 volt, then for all this value, the op-amp will be in the saturation, that is a V saturation. Correct? This is known as a transfer characteristics. Here, the transfer characteristics of the op-amp, and here we consider the ideal op-amp. Therefore, for the ideal op-amp, the open loop gain is infinite. Now try to understand that if my difference between these two voltage is very small, then what will be the output voltage? In that case, you will find the op-amp will not be in a saturation. Here we will consider a practical op-amp. And in practical op-amp, the open loop gain, we consider it is, let us say, a 10 raised to 5. 10 raised to 5. Correct? And here if I will calculate that, let us say this output voltage is given as AOL into a VI minus V reference. Correct? VI minus V reference. So, then here this open loop gain is 10 raised to 5 and the VI minus V reference, let us say this difference is of only a plus 1 microvolt. So, here we have 10 raised to 5, this is, you can calculate 10 raised to 5 into 10 raised to minus 6. So, this output voltage is 0.1 volt. Here you can see the op-amp is not in a saturation because my input voltage is, the difference is very small. Suppose that in this difference is a 10 microvolt, then in that case, if you calculate, this is a 10 microvolt and this difference will be a round about a 1 volt. Correct? So for all this value, 1 microvolt, 5 microvolt, 10 microvolt, the op-amp output voltage is 0.1 volt, 0.1 volt, 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt. Correct? So up to certain which value, the op-amp will go to the saturation. For what value of the input voltage, the op-amp will be in the saturation, that you can calculate using the same formula, and that is given by VI is equal to VO upon AOL. Remember what we are calculating? For what value of the input voltage, op-amp will be in the saturation. So here either it will be in a positive saturation or the negative saturation. So we write plus or minus a V saturation divided by a open loop gain. Let us say it is a 10 to 5. Now plus V saturation and minus V saturation is nothing but it is a plus or minus 13.5 volt divided by 10 raised to 5. So here you can calculate this voltage. So it will be a plus or minus 135 microvolt. Remember, what is the meaning of this? That if my input voltage vary between the minus 135 volt to plus 35 volt, the output of the operational amplifier is increasing linearly. And then after the op-amp will be in the saturation. So here for this practical op-amp, if I will plot what is the transfer characteristics, then it will be like this. This is input voltage Vi. We have this output voltage Vo, and here this is a 1 microvolt, 2 microvolt, 10 microvolt, 135 microvolt. So for all these values, the output of the op-amp is going to increase linearly. Remember. And then after, it will be in the saturation. So this is known as a plus V saturation, and this is known as minus V saturation. And at which voltage it is going to be a saturate? So that voltage is plus 135 microvolt, and here it is a minus 135 microvolt. Correct? So in this region, op-amp has a linear output. Then after, it is going to be a saturate. This is about a practical op-amp which has a open loop gain of a 10:5. I think so. Now it is clear that for the saturation, we require some minimum voltage. Otherwise, the behavior of the op-amp will be a linear one. Correct? Now, we see some example that what will be the output voltage if I will apply a kind of a sine wave at the input of the operational amplifier. Okay, now one more thing, that here remember that here my reference voltage is a 0 volt. Now instead of a 0 volt, if I will apply some voltage, let us say this voltage is here, we can rub out this. We apply the reference voltage of, let us say, a 1 volt. So in this case, what will happen? Whenever your input voltage will be a greater than 1 volt, then only the op-amp will be in a plus V saturation. Remember, here, when this input voltage is greater than 1 volt, then the output will be a plus V saturation. And if this input voltage is less than 1 volt, output voltage will be in minus V saturation. here, if you see what is the transfer characteristics, then the transfer characteristics will be like this. This is the input voltage, output voltage is there, and somewhere here we have a 1 volt of my reference voltage. So as I am increasing this voltage, a 0 volt, 0.1 volt, 0.5 volt and 1 volt, then the op-amp is going to change the state. So whenever it is greater than 1, then the V saturation, positive V saturation will be there. So here the op-amp will change the state at this point, then this is my plus V saturation. If the voltage is less than plus 1 volt, then op-amp will be in a minus V saturation. Here, this is known as a trip voltage. In this case, the trip point, remember, trip point is a 0 volt. Here, in this case, the trip point is plus 1 volt. Remember, what is a trip point? Trip point means it is an input voltage where the op-amp is going to change the state from high level to low level or from a low level to high level. Now, here instead of a plus 1 volt, if my input voltage or my reference voltage is, let us say, a minus 1 volt, then in this case, if the input voltage is greater than minus 1 volt, if the input voltage is greater than minus 1 volt, then the output will be in a plus V saturation. And if it is less than minus 1 volt, the output voltage is minus V saturation. So, here if we see, so where is the trip point? Trip point is somewhere here, and that is the minus 1 volt. So once you find the trip point, then you can easily draw this graph, transfer characteristic. So at the trip point there is a transition from high to low level, and if the input voltage is greater than minus 1, then we have a plus V saturation. Here if it is a less than, then you have a minus V saturation. Correct? This is the minus V saturation. So this trip point or the reference voltage we can change by changing the voltage at the inverting terminal. Correct? Sometimes here you can also have a kind of a circuit where you can change the voltage. We apply a minus 15 volt, here we have a plus 15 volt, and then it is connected. So the reference voltage you can change by changing this position. Or we can also have this kind of a circuit. Suppose we applied a 15 volt here, and my resistance R1 is a 1 kilo ohm. This resistance is also a 1 kilo ohm. Then what is my reference voltage, or what will be my trip voltage? That you can calculate with the help of the potential divider circuit, and this voltage will be a plus 7.5 volt. this voltage is plus 7.5 volt. So whenever your input voltage will be greater than plus 7.5 volt, then there will be a output will change from minus V saturation to plus V saturation. So here this graph will be, here you have a plus 7.5 volt and your graph will be changing at this point. You will get this kind of a curve. Remember. Correct? So in this way, reference voltage can be changed by applying some voltage on a inverting terminal. You can also apply a negative voltage. Then this strip voltage will be a minus 7.5 volt. Correct? Okay. Now let us apply a sine wave at the input of the comparator. Here, my reference voltage, let us say it is a 0. V reference is 0. And we applied a sine wave at the input of this operational amplifier. Then we have to see what is the shape of the output signal. Here, okay. Now you can see the reference voltage is 0. So for all this value, here all this value, that where my input is greater than V reference, and for all this value my input voltage is less than V reference. Now you can plot this. Correct? We want to plot a output, remember. Correct? Output. So whenever the input voltage is greater than the V reference, then we know that the output is going to be in a plus V saturation. Here this input voltage is 0, this is 0.1 volt, 0.5 volt, 1 volt, 2 volt. For all this value, the output voltage will be a plus V saturation. And here the zero is point is there, zero voltage is there, where the transition will take place. Now for all this value, input voltage is negative, so the output will be also going to the minus V saturation. This is minus V saturation. Again the zero is occurred here, so it is output is changing from a 0 to 1, and here you will have this kind of the waveform. So you can see the sine wave is converted into a square wave. But remember, here wherever the zero is there, then at this point the operational amplifier is changing the state, either from plus V saturation to minus V saturation, or minus V saturation to plus V saturation. So this is known as a zero crossing detector. Zero crossing detector. Whenever the zero is will be there at the input, the output is going to change. Suppose we have this waveform like this. My input voltage is this. This is my input voltage. Okay. Now here you can see the zero is at this point, here, here, and here. At all this point, the output of the op-amp or the comparator will change the state. And if we draw the graph, then this graph will be like this. Now try to understand that for all this value here, Vi, this Vi is greater than 0. So the output voltage will be in a plus saturation, like this. And here, this where my input voltage is less than 0 and the 0 crossing is there, so op-amp will change the state from plus V saturation to minus V saturation. This is plus V saturation and now it is going to be a minus V saturation. So here the voltage is changing in this way, but the output voltage of the comparator will not change, it will remain at minus V saturation. Now the 0 is occurred here, so it will change the state, go from minus V saturation to plus V saturation. Here we have a positive voltage, the output will be a plus V saturation, and here we have negative voltage, output voltage will be minus V saturation. Okay? So in this way, it can be used for a zero crossing detector. Now in this example, we have considered my reference voltage is 0. Now if the reference voltage is let us say a plus 2 volt, then what will be the change in the shape of the output signal? Remember, here we applied a reference voltage of a plus 2 volt. And if I want to see what is the shape of the output signal, so again we plot this. Now where is my reference line? It is a plus 2. So let us say this is a reference voltage of plus 2 volt, V reference. Okay. Now how to draw this? The same thing. If my input voltage is greater than V reference, means for all this value, the input voltage is greater than V reference. In that case, the output voltage will be in a plus saturation. Here this voltage is less than the reference voltage, so you will have a negative output voltage. So you can draw this waveform in this manner. Remember. So for this value, if the input voltage less than the reference, so output will be in a minus V saturation. Now for all this value, the input voltage is greater than the reference voltage of plus 2 volt, so it will be in plus V saturation. So here it will be a plus V saturation. again, and that is up to what? Up to this point. Here now the input voltage is less than the reference voltage, so it is changing the state, go to the minus V saturation, and now for all this value, it will remain in a minus V saturation. Again, whenever it is crossing this, then you will have the waveform like this. So remember, whenever you want to change the duty cycle of your square wave, then you can change the reference voltage. You can change the reference voltage. Now the same logic you can apply if my reference voltage is minus 2 volt. What kind of the waveform will be present in the output of the comparator? So this is about a non-inverting comparator. The same way we have a basic inverting comparator. In an inverting comparator, we have to apply the input voltage to the inverting terminal, and the reference voltage is applied to a non-inverting terminal, and if it is a basic one, then we connect this non-inverting terminal to the zero, means the ground. So here we have a basic inverting comparator. Now in this case, what will happen? When my input voltage is greater than the reference voltage, input voltage is greater than the reference voltage, then the output voltage will be, means input voltage is a plus 1, plus 2, minus 1, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, like this. Then the output voltage will be a minus V saturation. Remember, it will go to the negative saturation. If this input voltage is less than the reference voltage, means if this voltage is going to be a negative, and here we have a inverting comparator, so the output is going to be a positive. So this output will be equal to A plus V saturation. Remember, correct? So here, if this is 0, I am applying a plus 1 volt, then the output voltage will be equal to minus 13.5 volts, because it is going to be a minus V saturation. Now instead of a plus 1 volt, if I will apply a minus 1 volt, then the output voltage will be a plus 13.5 volt will be there. Okay. If you see the transfer characteristics, this is the input voltage and we have this output voltage. These are the positive voltage, plus 1 volt, plus 5 volt. This one is a minus 1 volt, minus 5 volt is there. And if we draw this transfer characteristics, then it will be like this. Here, whenever this input voltage is negative, means the input voltage is negative, the output is going to be a plus saturation, plus V saturation. And whenever my input voltage is positive, then the output voltage is in minus V saturation. This is minus V saturation. Now, if you change the reference voltage, then accordingly your transfer characteristic curve will also change. Here, if my reference voltage let us say the V reference voltage is plus 1 volt, plus 1 volt, then what will be the transfer characteristics? Here at the plus 1 volt, it is going to change the state. My V reference is plus 1 volt. So the trip point will be changed. Here in an inverting comparator, your output will be a totally a reverse than the non-inverting comparator. If we see the waveform, same way here. If I will draw the line, this is my input signal. My input voltage is there. Correct? Then, what is the output waveform? Let us see. Now, here you can see that my reference voltage, suppose the reference voltage is 0. Reference is 0. So, here in this case, the input voltage is greater than the reference voltage. What should be the output? Output should be A minus V saturation. So for all this value of the input, the output is going to be A minus V saturation. Correct? And now, for all this value of the input voltage, Vn, that is a less than my reference voltage, so the output will be in a plus V saturation. Here there will be a kind of a transition because there is a 0 volt is here, and it will go to a plus V saturation. Again the 0 is occurring, so the comparator is changing the state, and in this way you can see what is the change in the output voltage. So this is about a basic inverting comparator. It is also working as a zero crossing detector. So whenever the 0 volt is going to be crossed by the input voltage, the output of the comparator is changing the state. Now if the reference voltage, here this is the waveform for what? The reference voltage is 0. But if this reference voltage is, let us say, a plus 2 volt. Now what will be the output voltage? So you can draw this waveform, and the same logic you have to apply. Whenever my input voltage is greater than the reference voltage, so here for all this point, the input voltage is greater than the reference voltage, we have minus V saturation. You can draw this line in this manner, and this is a minus V saturation. Otherwise, it will remain in a plus V saturation. Because this voltage is less than the reference voltage, it will go to the plus V saturation. Here it is greater than the reference, so minus V saturation. Now for all these values, the input voltage is less than the reference, so it will remain in a plus V saturation up to this, and then it will go to the minus V saturation. Again here, it is changing the state from plus V to minus V. So by changing this, you can see the duty cycle of the square wave we can also change. So in this way, the comparators are also useful for converting a sine wave into a square wave, or if you want to change the duty cycle of the square wave, we can also use the comparator.